I guess we're ready here. So, three, two,
Yeah.
one.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up, Seekers?
What's up, Seekers?
Here, let's do this. Hey, what's up, Seekers? This is Wanuki with Golden Dragon Fortunes, your K-Rap psychic. And
Mei Lee, Golden Dragon Fortunes.
okay, sure. We just we're sorry we're a little bit late. We just did an event last night. Mei Lee and I, we were at this big bank company in downtown San Francisco, and they wanted their top clients to come in for a little Lunar New Year party. And there was a lion dance, and then there was a dragon dance, which I like, and then we were telling fortunes for all these clients, right?
That's right. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Um, yeah, I mean, there's some people from New York there, and anyway, so that's what we do outside of YouTube. We do that kind of stuff. We do real things. We're not just sitting in our bedroom flipping tarot cards, so,
We have
like some
jobs.
people may. Yeah. So anyway, so hopefully you're able to see us. I really don't know. Let's see.
Can
Let's
you,
is
can you see
any.
any chat at all or no?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to type in here. You can you see that too?
No, I don't see any chats. Matter of fact, I don't see anything but you.
No, but do you see everything on the right? I mean, do you see?
Mm-mm.
No, but do you see the sidebar?
Yes, but I see you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you, but that's all I can see. It's a gray bar.
Yeah, I just want to know that it's what you see on the right hand side.
It's me and what I just said, and just a gray strip.
Okay, gray bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So supposedly that's where comment's supposed to be, but maybe it's not happening. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out this software. Um, anyway, we're gonna go cover a few items today. Let's see. um, my computer. I had to go find something first. Sorry, people, but I had to go find my little presentation thing. Um,
Oh, in the meantime,
so,
though.
so what's that?
Well, we're live, so I could talk to them. So
Yeah, yes, please talk,
yeah,
Millie.
if there's anybody online and we're experimenting with this new software, maybe you could chat with us or just say hello to make sure this works. Because unfortunately, I don't see a chat bar, but maybe on Wanugi's side there's a chat bar. But we just like to know if there's anybody out there listening to us at this moment in time, and how's your day? How's your week? What are you gonna do for the weekend? Are you listening from? And who are you interested in besides what we're gonna do today?
Yeah, let me check out my channel over here. Uh, keep talking. You're
Okay.
still, you still got something with your microphone. It's not. It's really clickety clickety.
Yeah, let me move my phone away. Maybe that would keep it from going clickety clickety. Could be just so. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll have to get some headphones and plug them in and see. A headphone when I can talk and hear at the same time.
yeah, or maybe get a real computer, one or the other.
I have iPad. Well, that's true. Well, you know what? But I do have your other computer, so I could try to work on that with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I thought about either that or I don't know, splurging and getting a new phone. But you know what? I really like my phone, even though it's a dinosaur phone. It's old.
yeah,
I like it because it's big and it's not heavy. So tell me
yeah.
what you guys
For
like.
for live streaming, the iPad's not working. That's an old iPad. So anyway, I checked on YouTube, and it seems that we are live there. Something's happening there. There may be even be two people watching, or so. I'm not sure, but we'll just continue on with this and see what happens, and
Well,
we can always post it on YouTube later.
they're watching. Maybe they could text and hi. Just
Well, I said, is anyone there? But
oh,
nobody's commenting, or it's not coming through the software.
maybe the
So
two or you and I.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. But yeah, if you're anybody out there, just type in some a comment, and then we'll see if hopefully it comes through the software or not. You know. Um, anyway, so let's move on. Let me just check one more time because I was going to get some echo when I was doing that, so that's why I got out of it. But let's just go back into my YouTube studio and let's see if I can your channel. Let's see if we go to where's the live part? Likes. Where's live?
Excuse me for coffee.
I don't know. Sorry, folks, if we're being cumbersome and like we're not knowing what we're doing because we don't really. uh, we're trying, but we don't really. So it's kind
Technology.
of learn as you go. The says go live. Do I have to hit go live to go live here? That's my question.
Maybe we're not live yet.
I mean, on the YouTube channel. Let me see. Streaming software. Okay. Manage. Yeah, I don't know if we stream or we do webcam. This is the part I still can't figure out. Let's see if we're going. Let's go webcam. This worked last time.
Okay.
No, I don't know. I'm getting very frustrated here.
Well, last time it showed you. See, it's kind of weird because one time it showed you only, and then the other video showed me. So I don't know.
So I'm initiating on YouTube the studio going live. So I don't know. Maybe that's what we need to do. I have no idea.
Let me see. Maybe I check on my phone to see if this is working or not. I can go on YouTube on my phone and check. In the meantime, you could talk, but I'll check to see.
Right. So anyway, we're going to be looking at. It's going to be a quick thing today. We're still working out technical details, I guess, but we're going to be doing a quick thing today. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be. I'll show you what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at 2023 predictions. This is our live number 4. We're still haven't figured out how to do it right.
It's live. I see myself.
You see yourself live. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
January 21st.
Yep.
And we're just going to respond to a couple of viewer requests. Somebody wanted to know about V and his solo career. This is Taehyung of BTS. And somebody wanted to know about Jungkook. Kookie is his nickname here. Is he leaving? And then there's Baby Monster is still kind of rolling out their kind of teasing their members and unveiling their members. So they've just unveiled number 3 and number 4 out of the 7 girls on the squad, the Baby Monster group, and their names are Chiquita and Asa. And so we'll kind of look a little bit about them, and we'll try to do a little bit of reading with all these people as well. Get some input from Mei Lee, and I'll do some things here. And that'll be it. We'll just we'll go back to trying to figure out how to do this technically.
Yeah, well, this video will be.
Okay, so you got your sunglasses on today. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, late night.
I don't have my K-Rap psychic sunglasses here. Maybe I'll bring it next time. But I want to make sure I can see the screen so I can figure out what I'm doing. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. And let's get back to this screen. So the first one that we're going to do is This is a request by a viewer named his handle is CT. So on the yellow there we got CT asks, "Hey, could you please help with a reading on Kim Taehyung's solo career?" So I'll take a look at that. But before we do that, just from a numerology's perspective, I wanted Mei Lee to kind of give us a little bit of numerology feedback on based on Tay Tay's birthday here. So do you have something that you can share
Yeah,
with us?
I do see him, moving forward if he wants to, because he's an innovative thinker. So he goes out on his own and does his own thing. Excellent communicators. Threes are good communicators. They have a magic way of just talking to people.
Oh, he's a three. Is that what he
Mm-hmm.
is? Okay.
Uh-huh. And he's a double three, so his destiny is a three, so his life path is a three, and his personality is a three. So he's
Mm.
very creative as far as what he wants and can manifest it.
Hmm.
He's also very good at ideas and optimistic, and he really likes to collaborate and work with other people. Even though he could go solo, I think he prefers to be with other people. But he actually could go if he really really wanted to, because he has that
Well,
ability.
yeah. Well, he's done. Even though he's a member of BTS, the biggest boy group in the world, and there's 7 members, he has done some solo, you know,
Mhm.
songs and mixtapes and videos. Um, but yeah, we're getting they just renewed their contract. I guess it was last year. Usually it's a 7-year contract in K-pop, so they just renewed. And they also had a delay. They got a delay from the Korean government to delay their enlistment into the military, which was kind of unusual. They didn't. They're still going to do it. They're still going to enlist. Because some people were saying, well, they don't have to enlist her. A Korean treasure. Because in South Korea, there are some exemptions for like Olympic gold medalists and some classical music people, but not K-pop. So there's some exceptions to having to enlist in the military, and those are it. Gold medal. People that contribute to the Korean culture.
Yeah.
But I guess they didn't do it for K-pop, because if they did it for BTS, then they're going to have to do it for a lot of different groups maybe down the road. Even though BTS has really blown up the Korean culture globally and made it famous globally to millions, being so big, and they're more popular than the Beatles were back in the Beatles days. I mean, they're similar because they had 3 number one albums in the same year on the Billboard charts, and the only other group to do that was the Beatles.
Mm.
So that gives you an idea. When they did their last tour pre-pandemic, they did a tour of U.S. Football stadiums. I mean, there were like 100,000 people in each venue.
Mm.
So yeah, so they're kind of big. So, but the Korean government said, well, we'll let you delay for a
Mhm.
couple of years, but you know, one's already enlisted. The oldest one, Jin, has already enlisted in the military, and they all said they would, to do their Korean duty. But all their fans saying like, well, please, get an exemption. So anyway, so let's okay. So that's interesting about V. He's a triple
Double three,
three, I guess. And he's
double three,
double
yeah.
three, yeah. And the
Yeah.
three is creative and
Creative, innovative thinker, communicator, loves to inspire other people and work together. That's why he's so he's just a charismatic individual.
yeah,
But
yeah. He's very charismatic. Well, he's mainly very attractive, and he's a great dancer and
well,
singer, of course. But
that helps too. That does help.
so yeah, a large part of his charisma. I mean, I'm a guy. What do I, But
Yeah, I mean, it
he's yeah,
helps,
he's
to be.
easy on the eyes. So
Yeah, yeah.
right. All right. Well, let's see what. Let's see. So let's get back to. Let's see. Let's get back to this. So yeah. So anyway, CT, thanks for asking. A little shout out to CT wherever you are. Maybe you can drop a line or a note and say where you're from, what city or what country you're in. Be curious to know where you're watching from. And so, hey, could you please help with the reading? So I'm just going to pull some tiles here, like we did last night, all night with all those banker clients. It's get a quick hit on his solo career. Um, like I said, he's done some solo things. Um, in fact, one of my if you look in my YouTube channel, I did quite a few videos on Kim Taehyung. I did some of his ship compatibilities countdown. Several, 4 or 5 videos on that, and then we also did a reading for him, and we kind of had some of his video, one of his solo videos in there, um, as part of the background for that video. But let's pull some tiles and see what they say for his solo career. So I'm going to point down here where I'm going to place the tiles, and we're just going to all kind of focus on
And can
Tay here. What's that?
Can we see the tiles because the screen is still up for the seat?
Oh yeah, we can move that. We can move that.
Thank
So we'll just go this way. Okay. Okay. And let's focus on him. And when I feel a little shift in energy, then we pick some tiles here. So okay, so let's see what it says solo wise for Kim Taehyung. V is his stage name, and his nicknames are many. It says that there's going to be a door opening up, an opportunity for him coming up here, but he has to be flexible and adaptable about how he approaches that and how he goes toward that. This is the inner tile, says the door is opening up, so there's an opportunity for him. But the willow tree says there's going to need to be some flexibility and adaptability in how that kind of develops and how he approaches it and how he executes it, I guess. And there's going to be some difficulties because maybe he's getting a little bit more ambitious. Maybe he wants to also maybe write or maybe do some lyrics or something of that sort, because this implies that there's going to be some written communications are going to be part of that. So maybe he wants to. I know he's kind of written some lyrics in his mixtape and what he's done in the past. So that's probably the harder part for him as far as the writing part of it. But it seemed like, because it says there's going to be some challenges there. The north tile is kind of blowing some cold wind through and making it a little bit challenging for him. And so he might get some help. And obviously the lyric musical part of it, usually there's a songwriter and then there's a producer or the lyricist and the person that does the music. And maybe he's going to get some help and assistance because this is two bamboo. It's called the Ducks. Says that there's going to be maybe some assistance for him, maybe collaboration, perhaps even. So that seems to be indicated down the road as he kind of gets closer to it, and he's going to feel really happy about that because this is the heaven tower represents happiness, and so he's going to feel pretty happy about it. And then it says there's going to be some surprises and some things that weren't totally expected. So maybe it's just the the collaborative process, the creative process when you work with others that new things come up that you weren't really expecting. So I seem to say there's a little bit of that because the mushroom says there's going to be some surprises, but he's going to be happy about it. He's going to be happy about the results. Maybe his fans will be happy about the results, but this represents happiness again. So looks like something's coming, and I don't know exact time frame, but it's probably going to be in the next year, and he's going to struggle, on maybe some of the construction of it in lyric wise, perhaps, but he'll get some help and collaboration, and he'll be happy about the end result. So that's what it says for Kim Taehyung and his solo career. And so thank you, CT, for that question. And so let's go to the next thing they want to look at. And let's see. Why do I have that way? So this one is from Elaine Bullock. Elaine, hey, I guess you're American or British or maybe you're not. You could be somewhere else. But Elaine Bullock, shout out to you. You asked a question, and here's a question. Wonderful reading. Thank you. I like your politeness, Elaine. You said thank you. Please, and please too. Please and thank you. Is there a song like that? Can you do a reading on Jungkook and see if he's left BTS? Thank you. Yeah. Well, I don't think that he's left BTS. Maybe, I don't know if there's some rumors out there. I mean, I don't keep up with all the other rumors or what other fortune tellers say. I certainly don't pay attention to that, because we do our own thing. So I don't know if there's a rumor out there or somebody you saw somebody's channel and they said, "Oh, he's going to leave BTS" or something like that. I mean, he's the youngest. He's the maknae. But he's under contract. They all renewed their contracts. They just have to have some military obligations they have to fulfill during their new contract extension. So, but let's see what the towels say about that. But I'm going to say, before looking at the towels, I'm going to say no. He hasn't left BTS. He may be kind of doing his own thing right now because maybe all the members are kind of doing their own thing. Because J Hope did a collab, Jimin did a collab with Taehyung of the Big Bang. So they're all kind of doing their own things and filling in the dots as because they're not seven anymore, at least for right now, because they're all kind of starting to have to enlist. But let's see what the towels say. Oh, before we do that, let's
Well,
ask Mei Lee, what's the
well,
numerology around Jungkook?
that wouldn't surprise me if he decided to just take a pause because,
Hmm.
he's a one personality, and when people are they're self starters, they're innovative, they like to
Hmm.
create new opportunities for themselves, and they're not afraid to just jump in and do something new. So
Hmm.
if he does, I mean, one thing about a one is that because he's such a leader personality and he likes to do things that are somewhat new for himself.
Hmm.
I know you said he's in service right now, but
No, he's not in the service.
oh, not yet.
His no, he's not in. His older member was the first one to go. Jin entered the service recently, but all the other six members, and he's the youngest, don't have to go in the service yet. He's
Oh,
only, he's the youngest. So by Korean law, they have to, I think they have to get in by 28, but I think for BTS, they made the BTS exemption. So they can wait till 30 or something like that.
how,
It's kind of confusing, but he's the youngest. So he's not anywhere near enlisting unless they all decide, let's all enlist together and get rid of it together. But I think, their agency and producers are going to probably have some say about that.
how
So
long do they stay in service?
it varies, but typically it depends on the type of service. But every male is required, mandatory by law, to enter the service in some way. I mean, obviously they have to be healthy and capable. But typically it's around 20 months, so a little bit under 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, it's a long
So yeah,
time.
they got to cut their hair, go through basic training, and you know,
Yeah.
some of them have some maybe more cushier kind of assignments. Like some, so I know one K-pop member went to was in the band, like the military band, and some do maybe more community service kind of thing, not
Hmm.
just boot camp military thing. But obviously they had a border with North Korea that has a million man army and nuclear weapons, and all their guns and weapons pointed to Seoul, Korea. And Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, is not that far from Seoul, south from Seoul. I mean, that's closer than L.A. and San Francisco.
Right.
So, they're both close to the demilitarized zone. So Pyongyang is just a little bit above it, and Seoul is just a little bit south of it. And
Right.
Seoul has 25 million people.
Yes.
So and there's 50 million in South Korea. There's only 25 million in North Korea, and North Korea is very, very poor and very, very um, totalitarianism. It's totally, absolutely just about one guy. That family, the Kim Jong Un. Anyway, not getting into politics here, but
So, so he
because of that, because of that threat, every male has to enlist in the military.
okay. Well, like you said, they may be taking a pause, but yeah, he's definitely a self starter. So no matter what he does, he'll do very well. Even by
Okay,
even by
so
himself. So
that's a
else.
that's a one. Is that what he is? A one?
Oh, he's a one. Yeah, he's a strong energy.
Yeah, well, he does. He's very determined. He works really hard.
Hmm.
He's very critical of himself. He's always trying to be better.
Hmm.
He has a little bit of a, even though he was the youngest, and in Korea there's a lot of hierarchy of respect. So all of his band members were, older than him, so he has to respect them and do, it's kind of like a little bit of hazing, like in a fraternity, like, hey, you got to do this because you're the youngest, right? But he, there's some videos of him. He was kind of savage sometimes. He'd talk back, and he kind of, he would fool around a little bit. So yeah, he's not a pushover or anything, but he's very, but normally he's pretty quiet and respectful. But when he's with his members, obviously he's comfortable. Uh, but yeah, but I think he's coming of age. He has his own interests. He's got his own friends. He's done some collabs, with Charlie Puth, um, famous U.S. singer. He's did a little collab with him because they both have a very good high range in their vocal vocal capabilities. So anyway, he's probably, probably Kim Taehyung is the number one most popular BTS member, the one we just did,
Mhm.
Tay Tay V, and probably Jungkook is the second most popular because mainly it's because of looks. They're probably the most attractive to the most people. Um, I mean, they're both very talented and they're very close. The two of them are very close actually, because Jungkook, I mean, V has more of a baritone voice, and although he has a wide range, and then Jungkook has a little higher voice, more of a tenor voice. So they kind of blend together well. So musically they're kind of close, and obviously as the younger members of the group, they're pretty close, and you know
Yeah, yeah.
so. Anyway, so let's see what the towels say about him leaving. I don't think he is, but let's see what the towels say about Jungkook moving forward anyway. Okay.
Okay.
So let's focus on Jungkook and
May I please ask, can we enlarge the screen so we can see the tiles?
enlarge the screen. My screen, you mean?
Yeah, so yeah, there you go. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, they don't have to actually see the towel. They just have to hear what I say. That's all.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice to see them just because it's kind of see where you're coming from.
Okay. Actually, the second video I ever did on my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is called K-Rap Psychic, because the first 3 or 4 videos I did, I actually rapped the fortune.
Oh, that's
So, so I did the fortune, and then I, interpreted the tiles, and then I wrote it into a rap, uh, make it kind of rhyme, and then I kind of created my own little music video where I kind of got all these little photos and videos and combined them all into kind of a music video, because I had to put all that in, and then I had to record myself doing the rap, and then I had to go into the video studio and combine all that. So that's why it's called K-Rap Psychic, because I was rapping the fortunes of K-pop idols. But it was fun, and I still use the intro and outro of the music because I created the music myself as well, my intro and outro in GarageBand, on your Mac. But I quit doing that because it took too long to do. It took me so much production time to create that. I would never get my channel going. So I just decided, okay, I got to streamline things here. So that's why I don't, that's why I'm called Care App Psychic, but I don't rap the fortunes anymore. uh, all right, let's see what the towels say for Jungkook. It says that, there is a decision or choice that he maybe is thinking about what to do, for himself and how that might affect the group, because this is called the sword, represents a decision or choice. And then this is the insect. This represents like a busy energy, working with others and collaborating with others, like his group, because it's got like seven dots here, and it's a 7-member group. So he's kind of trying to figure out what to do and how to move forward, and he is going to maybe start to maybe develop something on his own. Maybe it's a project. The East Tower represents him, and this lotus shows up. The lotus says, "Hey, I've got some new ideas, maybe some new enlightenment, new awakening, and maybe I want to start something new." So seems like he's going to be working on a project here, and maybe that's why he's kind of focused on that. Maybe not doing so much, activities. The And it says that there's going to be, the more he works on it, the more he refines it, the more he kind of knows what he wants to do. He has a good idea, but he just wants to put the final polishing touches on them. And so this represents honesty and clarity with himself. And maybe he kind of knows what to do. And then there, I think he kind of is going to figure out how to maybe put that out there. And he knows it's going to take a little bit of risk, because this is the fire tower, represents a little bit of risk reward calculation. So he's going to try to figure out what that means and how you might execute what he's created in some way. And so it's a little bit of risk because he has to kind of go out on a limb a little bit. Um, but it seems like it's going to be successful, and it's going to encourage him to think about another plan. He may have another idea, another possible you know, project. Maybe it's a solo that he's going to, maybe because of that success, he's going to kind of work on as well. And maybe he has to, or maybe, big hit, his agency, Hybe Entertainment, might, might encourage him because obviously it's going to bring money into the agency. And if Jin, is in the army and our military, and if somebody else has to enlist soon, I don't think who would be next. Maybe it's RM. I'm trying to think who's the next oldest. Maybe it's Jimin. But they got a year or so. Anyway, they might, his agency might say, yeah, let's keep doing that, keep that going, keep the mill running so they can make money, and be profitable. And obviously Jungkook gets some benefit out of it too. So anyway, that's what it says for now, for Jungkook. So thank you, Elaine Bullock. Shout out to you for the question. If you have some questions, put it in the comments in the live stream or in the the posted stream that will video that we're going to put up there eventually. And that's it. So let's go on to the next topic, and that's this YG Entertainment, this group. Let's see what's going on here. So YG Entertainment has been teasing this baby monster girl group. It's going to be the group that replaces the biggest girl group in the world, Blackpink. Who's just completing. They're still I think they're on the tail end of their worldwide tour. They've done the U.S., they've done Europe, they've done Asia or parts of Asia, Hong Kong. Yeah, they did Thailand, Hong Kong. They did Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So they're going to do, I don't know, maybe 1.5, 2 million live attendances in all their things. So they're making big bucks for themselves and the agency YG Entertainment that they've been with for 7 years. But their contract is ending in August of this year. So there's some speculation about what's going to happen next. So maybe somebody can ask about that. But to kind of get something lined up to replace the revenue stream is YG Entertainment has been training these very young girls that kind of were like starting at 10, 11, 12 years old, maybe less, very young girls, to create this new girl group called, and they've come up with a name called Baby Monster. And we've done two of the first two reveals of the members of Baby Monster already. We did Haram, which was the first one, and we did Taehyung, was the second member. I think they're both Korean. And now we're going to go with the third member and the fourth member that they revealed just in January 23rd. They revealed the third member, and January 26th they revealed the fourth member. And so the third member is shown right here on the screen. It's Chiquita. So I don't know where they came with that name. I think in the U.S. here, maybe in parts of Latin America, there is a brand of bananas called Chiquita bananas. And I haven't seen the brand. Have you seen that brand around lately?
No, no. Actually, there must be a meaning for Chiquita. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, maybe there's a meaning for it. Maybe it's fresh or something like that. But there was a brand of bananas, that were really popular, advertised heavily in the U.S. This is decades ago, called Chiquita banana. They're trying to brand the banana, even though it's kind of a commodity, like they're better bananas or something like that. Which would be kind of unfortunate because banana, the term banana kind of has a negative connotation about Asians, that maybe they're yellow on the outside and white on the inside. I'm sure that wasn't the intent with Chiquita here. But anyway, she's Thai. She's from Thailand, and her real name is okay, I got a typo here. It's not Sriracha, it's Riracha. Sriracha is the hot sauce. Maybe she's pretty hot. I don't know, but she's only 13. She's very young. She's the youngest member of the group, and she's Thai. She's from, yeah.
And the meaning of Chiquita means little girl.
Oh, okay. Well, literally, it's little girl. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And she is a little girl. She's only 13. Everybody's older than her in the group, but she's very talented. And they kind of let go a little stream of a little teaser of her singing, and she's very good.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so
Yeah,
the name Chiquita is an endearing word to say little one.
little one. Okay, it's like
Mhm.
Chiquita, little one. Yeah. Okay,
Sweet, like
makes
a
sense.
endurance, like, oh, you're so
Yeah.
sweet. Mhm,
Yeah. Right. Like sweet little one. Yeah,
mhm,
Chiquita.
mhm.
Um. Yeah. Okay. So her real name is not Sriracha. It's Riracha, nickname Canny. I don't know where that comes from. And her last name is Pondichapipat. Um, and she's it's a long name, Pondichapipat. But anyway, she's from with Baby Monster. She's the third one of Reveal. She's only 13. And Mei Lee, she was born on 2009, February 17th. So anything about numerology that kind of that brings
Yeah.
up?
This young lady, I actually think she one day will go out on her own. I think she's like again, the quality of work that she produces alone
Mm-hmm.
is really unbelievable. So she's a very independent young lady, and she is capable of performing alone, and she has the efficiency and the focus and the skill to do anything by herself. So she sometimes this is an unusual one because she's the opposite. She actually does better doing things alone than she does with groups because she's
Mm-hmm.
so determined and knows herself so well.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if she does go out on by herself.
Well, let her reveal herself first with the group. Then we'll see what
Right.
down the road what happens. Yeah.
As she gets older, she could be like I don't know, like a Britney Spears or something, down the road.
Yeah, maybe for Thailand. I mean, she has a little bang haircut that kind of mimics when her her senior, which is Lalisa Manoban, who's the Thai member, the only Thai member of Blackpink, the four-member girl group, which is the biggest girl group in the world. So, and there's going to be another Thai member of this baby monster group, Prita. So there's going to be two Thai members in this seven-member group. There's going to be two Thai. I think there's going to be two Japanese, and there's going to be three Korean girls in this baby monster group. And anyway, they unveiled the agency unveiled Chiquita or Kenny, uh, whatever they call her, because Chiquita's they all have stage names. That's her stage name.
Right.
But yeah, they unveiled her as the third one, and she's only 13. She's amazing.
Yeah.
So maybe she gets some tips from her seniors, and maybe Lalisa has helped her out. I think Lalisa, I know, has helped out the older Thai girl, Preeta. I think she's 17, but we'll see how they unveil it. So anyway, let's take a look at. Oops. Let's see what kind of energy is kind of surrounding her for the next year as they get ready to debut, and at that such a young tender age. This is not this is pretty young, but it's not unprecedented because just talking about other girl groups, K-pop girl groups. When Twice, the second most popular probably uh, girl group in K-pop from JYP Entertainment. There's nine members, and the youngest one was Suyu from Taiwan. Um, so she's the only Taiwanese member of um, Twice, the group Twice, and she was only 16 when she started. But in Baby Monster, like they're all around 16 or there's like 15, 15, 16, 13, and maybe a 17 or so. Um, so still very young. And there's a bunch of new fourth generation girl groups. There's so many I can't keep track. There's New Jeans, there's Ive, there's La Seraphine, there's I don't know, there's a bunch. And they have younger members too, teenagers. I think one's like 14 in one of those groups. We may do that down the road as a a live broadcast. But let's see what the tiles say for Chiquita, little one. Okay. I just saw somewhere there's a lesser known girl group that came out, and they also have a young member. I can't remember the name of the group. I've never heard of them, but she was the youngest and she was the smallest. So maybe Chiquita, we don't know her height, so maybe she is. Yeah, maybe that's the name is really appropriate once they get on stage and we find out. Maybe she's a little bit, you know, petite compared to the rest. All right. Chiquita, Baby Monster, seemed like there's going to be, she's ready to unveil, she's ready to debut. This is the peacock. This represents her, and that maybe she's changing the way she sees herself from a trainee into, a rookie debut K-pop group member. So this the peacock represents kind of a change in her self-identity, and it's evolving into the next phase. And she's not just relying on who she's been, but she needs to kind of go out there and prove who she is. And I think this also has a secondary meaning that maybe her parents or her guiders, that her family perhaps, her caregivers that raised her are going to be seeing their lives change as well. And there's going to be a certain amount of healing for that, kind of letting go of some all the hard work and a lot of the disappointments, because these girls at a certain early age, they're tested every week. They're tested every week at YG Entertainment for their skills, their singing, their rapping, and they're trained on their poise and maybe learning new languages. Like, I'm sure she didn't grow up learning Korean, so she had to go from Thai to Korean. And she sings very good English. Her English is pretty good. I don't know if she speaks it, but she sings it pretty well. And so they have to go through a lot. There's a lot of trial, years of every week, and weigh themselves. They have to weigh themselves. They got to do all this kind of. It's very rigorous. It's like worse than boarding school, um, and and there's a lot of stress because you're competing with other people. So anyway, this debut is gonna help her let go of some of these disappointments. Seemed like she's made for it because what you say with her numerology, she's pretty tenacious anyway. Um, and it says that that's going to make her think a little bit more about some of her own decisions and what she wants to do moving forward, and give her a little bit more sense of, a little bit more freedom, maybe independence in just her what she does. And it says it's going to open up a door for her, an opportunity maybe to show her talents and maybe put herself out there. This is the door entering, and this fire talent says there's going to be something about that kind of a risk reward calculation, like what can I do, what can I do, what should I do, so there's going to be a lot of that, maybe all the time, because there's going to be, as a new member out there on stage, on the big world stage. It's pretty daunting because now everybody's watching every little thing you do. So there's got to be a certain amount of caution about what you do and how you do it, because you could make some mistakes and embarrass yourself or the group or the company. So anyway, but there's going to be an open opportunity to maybe show what you can do, and that's going to be kind of positive for her, but it's also going to be a little bit risky because it kind of pushes her farther out there. Pushes the boundaries of her capabilities. And just to let you know, Maylee, that they've unveiled like 4 or 5 videos. They did like one, the first girl, the second girl, then they did a group, like 5-member dance group, dance video, and now they did Chiquita, and they did the next one. Um, all the ones that have been up, all the videos that have been up, they're only like 1.5 minute videos. All the ones that have been up there, they all have at least 10 million views.
Wow.
10 million views. It's like, wow. So this
Mm.
is going to be a monster rookie group because they're already building a lot of momentum here. 10 million for 1.5 minute. YG is very good at teasing the audience, the agency. They did this for Blackpink too, so they know how to do this. So they're doing the same thing. And anyway, it's going out a little bit farther. It says once that door opens up and she takes more risks, she's actually going to be pretty successful. She's going to reach some of her goals, some of the things she always wanted to do. This West Tile represents her goals and her objectives, or the object of her focus and desire. And the South Tile says there's going to be some sunshine on her, that she's going to feel good about what she's accomplished, and she's going to set some new goals for her. So she's going to be very goal driven, and she's going to accomplish quite a few in her first year, and that's just going to spur her on to try more. So it looks pretty good for her. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, hang on. Let me get so here it is. So debuting, it's going to release some tension and put away some disappointments, that the hard work. She's going to have to think about everything a little more deeply about her decisions and choices that she makes, and be cautious about it. But the door opens up, and maybe there's going to be a comeback down the road. Probably maybe after Blackpink. We figure out what Blackpink's doing later in the year. But the door is opening up for her, and there's a risk reward kind of calculation here, and pretty much everything she does, because she's going to be so public. But she's going to reach some of her goals or objectives, and there's going to be some sunshine showing up for her. that she's going to feel like she's kind of been successful and had a good first year in K-pop land, putting debuting out there, which is a big deal because a lot of groups never debut. They train and they never debut. They're just left with a lot of debt. So anyway, so let's go to the last person here then on the agenda here, and this is going to be another Baby Monster um, individual, and it's her name is Asa, and let's see if I can show this right. Asa is, I think her name is Sakamoto Asa. I saw another last name somewhere on one of these sites, but I think it's Sakamoto Asa or Asa Sakamoto, and from a Western point of view. I think, we don't know her birth date. Her
I'll look.
birthday, we think it's 2005, but we don't know the particulars. Do you have any information on that?
I'm gonna look her up right now while you're talking. Maybe you can do her numerology. What I can look for her ASA. Not
Or,
numerology. Tiles. Her tiles.
yeah, there's nothing on there. Let me tell you, there's no birth date. We don't
Oh,
we don't even know. I've seen some sites. Some say 2005, some say 2006. So I don't know if she's 17 or 18. I don't know what her birth date is, so we don't know her full numerology. We do
yeah,
know she's Japanese, but we don't know where she's born in Japan, which part of Japan.
yeah.
So we don't know her horoscope.
Uh-uh.
We do know that well, because we don't know her year, we're not quite sure what her Chinese astrology is. So we don't know much about this girl, you
No.
know. Um, but I'll tell you one thing, her video is she is a is this her? Yeah. I think she's a badass rapper. That's what she is. She's like a spitting monster. She kind of like spits it out like a machine gun, I think. I don't know if we can um add that in here, but maybe I can. I hope the YG Entertainment doesn't, kind of ban me on this. But let's see. Skip the ads. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know how to do this. Can you hear this?
No.
Okay. I'll have to figure out how to put that in. But the video clip that showed her, she's just rapping or like, in English, uh, very fast. And she's got a lot of swag, a lot of swagger. So I guess she maybe going to be the rapper of the group. I don't know. We'll see. We don't know much about her. But let's see what the tiles say. Let's give her, you know, a little bit of that. Okay, ready. Let's see. Let's focus on Asa. Now, Ayan, she did a good. She kind of did in her little video clip. She did a little singing, really good singing and rapping. So she was very versatile. She's the 15-year-old that was the number 2 unveil. And but on this little clip that they show for Asa, she's only rapping. She's not really singing. But she's good. She's gonna. I'm sure she's following in. Probably following Jenny Kim's footsteps from Blackpink. She was like the boss rapper when they first unveiled themselves in their debut. All right, Asa says that yeah, she's ready to debut. Uh, the tiger represents authority, so there's something about this. Maybe that's her agency, but maybe there's some things that maybe they're um, training her on or giving her some kind of special focus, or maybe it's just this rapper position that she has, because this is the tiger, it represents authority, and maybe that's just her persona, her stage persona, that she's going to come across like the boss the boss bitch kind of thing, maybe because she does really kind of spit it out there. But anyway, the Fa says something new is starting. She's about ready to officially come out here, with this authority, with a little bit of bang, and she's going to show. I think she's going to show some talents besides just that rapping. And over time, she's going to feel pretty comfortable and look at things in the long term and feel like she's going to continue to work hard and develop her skills, her dancing, her singing, all those things. I'm sure she's worked on them for quite a while too. But this represents kind of creativity, also feeling some harmony and comfort in what she's doing. And this represents the jade. This represents perseverance and effort and taking the long term view to kind of make things more valuable over time with that effort. And uh, there's going to be a lot of busy energy with the seven of them, and there's going to be some good luck with them. Um, the seven circles represents Beehive or Anthill. We kind of mentioned that before with BTS, and this is 7-member group too. So there's going to be a lot of busy things that they're going to be doing together, and there's going to be some good luck coming out of that. So I don't know if that's something down the road that maybe they're going to have some musical wins or on the shows, or maybe some awards down the later in the year. But it seems like it's going to work out. In fact, yeah, that continues because here's this group energy here with this insect again, this beehive anthill, a lot of busy energy, and she's going to maybe feel like she's ready to kind of evolve and mature into the next phase. Here's the peacock again, and she's ready to kind of change her self identity. And I think she might maybe a year from now or toward the end of the year, beginning of 2024, she might be doing something that kind of elevates her from the group a little bit. So maybe there's a little project there or a little highlight, or maybe it's something that kind of showcases a little bit of her skills in a more mature way, because she's probably a little bit older than some of the younger members that we've talked about. We think we think she might be 17, maybe 18. But it looks good. It looks good for her, and that's what the towels suggest for Asa Sakamoto. It's interesting. Long, long, long time ago, there was a singer named Sakamoto who was globally famous. This is about 60 years ago. Okay, this is like 1960 something when the first 1964 Tokyo Olympics was happening, and Tokyo was Japan was kind of coming out of the post-war period. Um, there was a singer who became very popular globally in the U.S. His name was Q Sakamoto, or Sakamoto Q-san, and he had a song called "Ue o Muite." Anyway, it was very popular. It's kind of like walking under the moon or something like that. Kind of a love song. But yeah, so here's another Sakamoto 60 years later. Maybe she's going to be popular globally too, and we'll see. So anyway, that's kind of it for what we're going to share. I just want to see if anything's happening on the live stream area, and I don't see what's going on there. I don't know if it's actually even going out. I don't know. I really don't know. So,
Okay.
but
So,
maybe we can cut this up and edit it and then put it on the channel so everybody can see how. Try to edit out some of the technical parts of it. But we're still trying, guys. So like and subscribe. If put in your requests, we'll give you a little shout out. We did a big shout out for a couple of requests. There's some other requests we didn't get a chance to get to, so I'll try to incorporate them. And if I have time, I might do this tomorrow too. We'll see. Around the same time, 10 a.m. Pacific.
thank you for your patience.
Keep going. What's that?
We thank them for their patience.
Yes, we thank you for your patience as we work out our technical issues.
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, thanks coming aboard, Bailey. Thanks for your help last night at that bank gig.
Oh, that was a good
And
gift.
yeah, and also last week because we did a lot of Lunar New Year's kind of projects. You can check us out on Instagram, Golden Dragon Fortunes, or Meili has Golden Dragon Fortunes _events. So we post some things there. So you can follow us there. And and so until next time,
Happy New Year.
Happy, yeah. Gong hei fa choi, chuk mung namoy, gong si fa sai, and wishing you all good fortunes.
All good fortune.
All right. Take care.